When I tell you guys, it's literally new elevation every single day. New elevation every single day. The process is where it's at. You know, I think about the fact that sometimes people are in a rush. When it's really about enjoying the process and really enjoying the learning, right? And loving how it all just comes together. Like I'm sitting here, I'm looking at my laptop because I literally am I'm working, and I have me some fries on the stove, and I'm over here like the pieces, like the pieces are coming together. And this is why I say organizing yourself, being organized is so important, because when you have stuff in a place where you can see it and you can just kind of collect the data, collect the information, and really see it, and it's like sometimes some things just don't even need no announcement. Some things just don't even need no announcement. It's just like it is what it is. I'm really going to be processing this one. And then, when you're willing to like go against the grain, let go of the stories, you see what I'm saying? It's like when you're willing to get out of your own way. When you understand that you are in control of your results, you are in control of your results because you have the power to create whatever the result that you want. You have the power to create the result that you want. And then when you see how it's done from a place of like, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am. So this is how it's done. You showing up as your own frequency, as your own self, as your own expression, as your own vibe, right? As your ability to articulate and communicate what it is you want to share. I think about how many people have so much to say, so much that they could actually expound on, so much that they could do. And I'm like, I don't want to be one of those people that just sits on the knowledge or the information or the stories or the experiences that I want to have. I don't want to sit on that. I don't want to, like, I don't want to be one of those people. I want to do more. I want to create more. And so that's just what it is. That's the frequency. That's what it's been. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's been. And so I'm going to check on something real quick. 1 second. Gotta check on my fries. How many of you know you guys can show up more? How many of you guys know that there is more that you can do to build your personal brand, to build your business? And let's let go of the storyline of, oh, I don't want to put too much out there, or I don't want too much access to me, and oh. No, because honestly, guys, there is so much more information that can be shared. There's so much more that can be said. There is so much more that can be done. So to me, it's like there's no excuses, because if we know that there's more we can do, if there's more we can show up, then why aren't we doing it? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't we doing it? What is holding us back from showing up 10 times more? If you have a certain goal, a certain income level, then what you've done already, the pattern that you've created, the amount that you post, the amount that you show up, let's 10 times that. And watch how that increases your income. Watch how that impacts your own self-concept, your own confidence. Watch how you doing it 10 times more. Because who says you have to only post a certain times a day? Go harder. I'm sitting here feeling limited by the fact that yesterday I did a live with the Go Live Every Day Challenge, right? And you guys can join me on that. The challenge is go live every single day. On your live, talk, speak your way to millions. Talk, communicate, talk about your offers, talk about your services, talk about your products. There is no excuse. But I just feel so limited right now. This is why I'm on fire. I feel so limited by that right now, because I said go live every single day. My bigness is just saying, why don't I go live more than once a day? You see how that goes for me? When you set a standard and then you're like, okay, that's the floor. That's the bare minimum right now. That's the bare minimum. That is the floor. My capacity can hold way more. And this is how I know we're not pushing ourselves enough. Because are you setting standards to get the results you want? Are you putting yourself in uncomfortable positions to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do? But not only you're telling yourself, but you're actually making that claim to the world, putting it out there. Right? And then now it's like, well, shoot, I can actually do this to a whole nother level, to a whole nother capacity. That's what entrepreneurship is about. Your ability to keep growing up and expanding and increasing your capacity. I'm telling you, your millionaire you has the ability to hold more responsibility. That's the difference. That's the only difference that's standing between the you now and the version of you that has made $1 million in a year. That version of you, she has went way harder. She took all of the brakes off. She took all of the limits off. And she said, I'm going to 10 times what I just said I was going to do. Because she knew that that standard was the floor. So she's like, I'm going to continue to go harder. There is no limits. No one says I have to go at a certain pace. I'm going to go as fast as I can. And honestly, guys, this is not about you doing things in a forceful way. This is not about you doing things that feels against who you are. This is about you coming from your natural frequency. This is about you coming from your authentic expression. This is about you coming from your pure passion, your pure ability to do it because you want to, because you love it, because you are inspired, because you feel activated. There is no force that's coming with this. Because that to me is just saying it's not real. It's not authentic. This is about you saying, I want this so bad. I want to make this happen so bad. And honestly, when you understand money loves speed. So people who are making the millions are simply doing the thing. They're not overthinking it. They're not over here like, oh my God, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? They're not doing any of that. People are just showing they're doing it. You see what I'm saying? And they're figuring it out along the way. And that's what I'm saying when I talk about the process. Because I'm like, the more that you actually get skin in the game, the more that you actually continue to show up, the more that you actually do, right? And it's so simple. It's very simple. The more that you are actually creating and building momentum, the more that people are actually going to gravitate towards you. Let me check on my fries, y'all. I'm making me some fries. 1 second. That's perfect. Yeah, so the more that you actually put yourself out there, right? And show up in a way where you're being your true self. Fries popping. Exactly. I love them a little crunchy too. But you know, I'm just thinking about this like, man, we create our own limitations. And I'm like, we gotta go harder, man. We gotta go harder. Like, okay, I see it says comedian. Okay, you're a comedian. I don't know your page because I haven't been on it, but I don't know if you're touring. I don't know if you do shows. I don't know what it is, but I just know that you have a personality. I know that you have a brand. So guess what? That means you can come on here on live on our page
I mean, I'm looking at the opportunity we're leaving on the table, honestly. When I look at our pages, I go on people's pages, to connect and network and things. And I'm like, man, why aren't we going live more? Why aren't we out here speaking? Y'all remember when we was in quarantine and everybody was on live? What happened to that energy, that momentum of like, why aren't we on live really communicating and connecting with our audience? Building our own personal brand, building our own, talking about our products, sharing what we got to offer, right? Awesome. So you said you've been doing hair, you want to know everything, you want to do more. Listen, first you got to ask yourself, what does more look like? What does more feel like? Because honestly, more can be so many things. I feel like most times more could be you showing up online on your content, promoting. But what is the inspiration behind that more? What is your goal? Is it because you want more money? Is it because you want more what? You see what I'm saying? Because I always see it as a threefold. Okay. If I want to do more, okay, but why? What is the core behind why I want to do more? Awesome. She said, I don't know what to do next in hair. I'm thinking teaching is why I'm following you. Yes. And this is where I get to tell you the truth. I get to tell you exactly the truth. That is your answer right there. That is your answer. Because that was the more for me in my journey. When I felt the call that there was more, I even so it was so intense that I took a break from here. I literally stopped. Now, do I recommend this for everybody? No. But I do remember feeling like I need to be doing something. And then I was led, when I was able to say no to one thing, I was able to get the next answer, which was I should be teaching. I should be coaching. And I knew that I had gotten to a point where I had so much to share. Behind the scenes, I had so much information, so much knowledge, so many experiences that I knew could help people because it helped me. And because it got so much, it became so heavy in the sense that I had so much information bubbling up inside of me, like that was ready to come out. Guess what I did about it? I went live. I started to show up online, being myself, talking about whatever. And this is how I make it so simple for people, right? Because oftentimes the image we see has an impression on us mentally, subconsciously. So this is why it's important for me to show up how I have been, but in a way where I can make an impression on your subconscious to say it does not have to be like everybody else. Meaning you feel like it has to be perfect. You feel like it has to be, oh, I gotta make sure I got everything, my background, my ring light, I gotta make sure I'm, a certain way. And it's like, that's cool if that's authentic, right? But you can show up messy. You could show up eating fries. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up in your regular life. Whatever your life looks like right now, we want to see that. We want to see that. Because what people don't tell you is their struggles. What people don't tell you is how hard it is to continue to show up and build when nobody's listening, when nobody's paying attention. Because at the end of the day, it's truly about your own self-belief. And when I say you make the switch on doing it for you, when you make the switch on doing it for you, it all starts to make sense. So she said, yes, ma'am. Okay to teach, make more money, not standing behind the chair all night. That's me now. She said, okay, I'm going to go live. Yes, 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 shine. Yes. So you have a platform right now that you can use to start showing up as that version of you. Your Instagram right now, and it does not matter, I'm telling you, this is the challenge right now. Go live every single day for a whole month. I'm going to hold you to it too. I'm going to hold you to it too. Go live every single day for a whole month. That's the challenge, okay? Now, what's going to happen is you're going to go live. Now, I want you to go live. It don't matter. It don't have to be a set time. It don't have to be a set nothing. Just hit the button. This is how simple it is. I'm telling you. You're going to have an inspiration, a thought like, oh my God, I should share that. I should talk about this. Go live and talk about whatever you want to say. You can talk about hair. You can talk about something in real life. You can talk about something that has something to do with politics or anything. It does not matter. Whatever your soul wants to express and articulate, I want you to do that. That is hilarious. She said the devil tried to block that info. My stomach just balled up, but okay. That's how you know it's pushing you outside your comfort zone. Because I'm telling you, you have been on the floor long enough. That's the bare minimum. You've been doing the bare minimum. You just received the instruction on what to do next. You want to be more? I'm sorry, you want to have more? You got to be more. You got to show up more. So that shows me that you really have been gut checked. Listen, show up. That's the message. Show up. As scary as that may sound, as scary as that may feel, you want to be a teacher? Okay, teach us something. Show me something. What you got to say? You see what I'm saying? And I know you got something. I know you do. I know it. I know it's just bottled up right now, waiting. And that's what scares me right now, guys, that we sit on this stuff. I literally be like, man, why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we just doing it? It's really that simple. And I'm like, cool. Let me do it so I can show you guys how it's really done. This is how I know this is on time. And you are in alignment with this. Because honestly, I'm going based off what? My own inspiration. I've done this before. This ain't nothing new to me. It's just my ability to sense and tap into the energy and know what's necessary for us to succeed, for us to go to the next level. And you know what's scary? You know what frightens me is the fact that so many people right now are sleeping on their potential. So many people right now are not at their whole, they're not at their full capacity. Yes, you don't, she said, yes, you don't even know me, you know I need to show up. I got a class in mind, been holding for years, teach me. Girl. Are you inside of Rise to Millions? Because if you have a class, baby, Rise to Millions is what I would recommend. She said, yes, sis, I have instructor degree just sitting on it. Listen, I'm going to show you how it's done. But here's what I require. Here's what I require. I require your commitment to yourself. Okay? And then when you have that commitment to yourself, I know you can commit to what I have to share. I know you can commit to my teaching. But if you are not going to commit to showing up for yourself, no matter how scary it be, because it's going to be activating. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's going to be very triggering. It's going to be very scary. It is. And I'm being honest. But do you have courage and bravery to move past it, to do it even with the fear? Guys, I used to show up online nervous, scared, like I don't know what I'm going to say. It's a part of the process. But the more practice you get, the more reps that you get, the more time that you do it, the more easier it becomes, the more refined you get to make it. And I always tell people, expect your first time to be messy. Expect it to not make sense all the way. And then the next time, because you've already put in your mind the first time is not supposed to be perfect. The next time you do it, you're like, okay, I learned from that last time, so now I can add what I did the last time and make it better. And then you just repeat that over and over again. I know that's why. I know, you know why I say that? Because she said, we having a session today, girl. Oh, you helping me with you. She said, committing is big. Been seeing your classes. I'm listening. I have courage. Yes, I've done it a few times, but I was so nervous. Lack of direction. So the reason why I say commitment, right, is because once I realized that most people have commitment issues, that's really the core issue. Most people have commitment issues. It's not that they're not talented. It's not that they can't do it. It's not that they're not able to. It's just they're not committed. And so once we get to the fact that you have commitment issues, and you said it, you said committing is big. It's big. This is why people don't take the action. See, I'm able to call out the root Because when you're committed, that shows you're unconditional. Meaning, you're going to show up no matter what. You're going to show up whether people show up or not. You're going to show up whether people like it or not. You're going to show up because it's something you do. Because you're committed to it. You're saying, this is what I want. This is how I envision it. This is the vision I hold for myself. I'm committed to that vision. And I'm going to show up even if I get people that judge me. Even if people, and let me tell you, most times you got to fight through the mental aspects of family and friends. Because you don't really care about these strangers. Most people care too much about what people that know them thinks. Once you get past that part, because people have put you in a box, they told you all you do is hair. I'm telling you my own experience. I'm telling you my testimony. Okay? They put you in a box. They said, all you do is hair, so we only know you as hair. So if you try to go out here and teach and coach and try to show up in a whole new way as an instructor, baby, because we don't know her. Fuck them. Fuck them. Show up. You better show up as her right now and trigger the fuck out of their ass and let them know this is who I am going to be. And I'm telling you, that's the barrier. I'm telling you what I know. That's so awesome. She said, I have some girls I've been training since they were kids. Now they grown. They want a class. She said, that's why I haven't signed up for class, but today things may change. Yes, ma'am. Lack of direction is an issue, but you know, that also comes from the fact that you haven't committed to anything. You can't have direction without commitment. So it's definitely about knowing, okay, I'm going to commit to being a teacher, an instructor, or an educator. Now we've solidified that. That's something you got to anchor in. I'm committed to that level and version of me. Because she is alive. She is there. She's always been there. And then now, I got to see what I need to do to show up as her. She said they won't accept me as a comedian, but they will come to my shows if their hair is done. See what I'm saying? That's what it is. You said, I want to combine the two. And I think that is so awesome. I think that is so dope that you have a brand that can encompass comedic and hair. Like, to me, that's like so genius. Like, the artist in you that wants to express beyond just you expressing with hair, but in the essence of, I'm also funny, or I also have a comedic side, a personality. That's what we want to see. But you got to bring that to light. You got to actually show up in a video footage. Like, and this is the thing that I say oftentimes. I'm like, my content, when I write my content and make a post, it doesn't show full out who I am. It doesn't, it's like, it's not even touching, it's like it's barely touching the surface sometimes. I feel best when I show up on video because I know I can articulate. It's like you get the experience. You get the body language, you get the articulation, you get my thoughts full out, not just a snap of it, and you can just create what, okay, that was random, right? But it's like, no, there's more to it. So you said class and comedy. Can you help me develop it? Oh, for sure. I can do the coaching to help you develop into your highest version of you. That's what it is. And that's what it is. It's helping you to step into that leadership, your leadership role. So yeah, I can develop you as a leader. I can do personal development, leadership development. And honestly, this is why I say commitment, because it's not, if you have an expectation of, I'm just going to do one session and all my worries are going to go away. Everything is all healed and done. That's not how coaching works. It's not how it works. That's not how life works. That's not how entrepreneurship works. When I say commitment, I mean like you got to be in it for the long game. Meaning your vision has to supersede what you can see today. So most times when people get mentorship from me, the minimum commitment, if they're outside of you buying a course, because that's different, but when you're inside of my Deeper Than Beauty mentorship, that's a 6-month commitment. 6 months working with me one-on-one to make sure that you can get the actual transformation, because you have to understand this information today, it's going to have to process. It's going to have to land. It's going to have to go through its own inner workings. You're going to have to go through certain experiences to anchor it in, to integrate it, and actually apply it. So I'm realistic with the process. So I need people to know, like, it's a journey, it's a process. And if you're not in it for that process, and you just want something that's like an overnight thing, then you don't have a real outlook on how life works, how development works. Because the first thing when people work with me in my mentorship is to get them to create the structure. Most people don't have a structure. They don't have a solid foundation. And I'm big on systems, processes, structure, and the foundation. Wow, she said hair 35 years, comedy 10 years, so I'm committed, sort of. I'm in for the long haul. Okay? I always look at the words we write. Because that tells us what's actually the story, subconsciously. So you've seen commitment as what I'm seeing as stability. Two different things. You've been in hair 35 years. That sustained you. That was your stability. You've been doing comedy 10 years. That was another version of you. That was stability. That was another aspect of you that felt like I can maintain this persona. I can maintain this personality. That was stable. That there also is like a part of you that was felt like you needed to do it. Commitment comes when you say, I'm in this thing no matter what it looks like, because I can't put this in a box. I can't define this. I can see it, but I can't make it one thing. See what I'm saying? Commitment comes when it's like, this is going to be a challenge. She said, yes, ma'am, read me. But am I gonna rise, or am I gonna self-sabotage? You see what I'm saying? Like, because it's easy to go back to what I know. It's easy to go back into hair and comedy and lean on that as my stability. But when I start rocking and moving outside of those structures or those concepts, am I able to still stay committed? Because you got to realize what I'm asking for you to do is going to be able to step outside of those constructs you've already created and to actually encompass it all. I'm asking you to encompass it all because you've left some of you on the table. You've left some of you behind, and I need you to bring all of you. See what I'm saying? I don't want you to bring parts of you because you've been good at compartmentalizing. When I said commit to you, I'm asking, are you going to be able to commit to all of you? Because there are so many parts of you that's going to be needing you to bring forth. I love it. She said, I've been tempted to take my chair on stage. What am I scared of? Girl, yes. Even this is inspiring because I just came across some girl's page who she was speaking on a conference, and I loved it because she said this was me, and in the video, this is why I love video because it captures the reality, right? In the video, she was on stage dancing like she was like a rock star, but she was like, you know, had music playing, but she was dancing. She said this was me speaking to the audience for 30 minutes. The irony was she wasn't speaking. She wasn't speaking. But she knew that her energy, her frequency was communicating. Her dance, her expression, she was communicating. So when I'm hearing you say you've been tempted to bring your chair on stage, why not? You're communicating something about you that's unique. And this is why I get so aggravated with society sometimes, or the culture of things. It's like your individuality matters. So who are you as an individual, right? And I hate when we go into certain spaces. It's like they want you to fit in and conform into a certain box to make people comfortable. But when you operate in your actual truth and in your power, you know you're going to trigger some people. You're going to be triggering. Meaning people are going to feel resistance. They're going to feel that you're going to, you have a certain something in you that's going to activate a part of them that they're not even using. That's what triggering is. There's a part of you that you ain't using that someone else is, and they're showing you, hey, you're not doing this. So it's like it feels scary, but that's just the activation. That's the sensation you getting in your body saying you should be doing it. My heart is beating so fast while you talking, Lord. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm telling you, girl, you have to understand the energetics and the soul, how it communicates. It's through your body, right? It's through your nervous system. And so let me grab my fries, my other set. All right, so it's just so many layers to this. There's just so many layers to it. But when I think about it, it's like individuality matters. That's why I say, all of you, are you committed to you? Because there's a part of you that's going to need you to be able to connect all the dots. Almost like filling in the spaces or the voids that are there. And that's what I do with my coaching. That's the development. I help you to fill in the gaps, the spaces, the parts, because it's not that you don't know. It's just that you need the information and the knowledge that's going to help you to make it all make sense. Carol, me and you, Wonder Twin powers activate. I didn't watch a few people, but I don't know what that says. But you on that belly thing. I don't know why, but God knows why. But listen, I know that you got the wisdom enough to trust yourself. You know, you got the wisdom to trust yourself. I'm just here just to be a vessel and to express and to lead by experience. I used to say lead by example, but I lead by experience. I can't articulate myself this well without having the experience and the know-how and the knowledge behind it. See what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it. That's like you can I'm not sure what your class is particularly about, but you have enough wisdom and knowledge about hair and comedy to know how to show me. You know what I'm saying? Like, teach me about comedy. Hell, I've been told I'm funny in some ways, but I don't consider myself a comedian. For someone to call themselves a comedian, they have developed a certain level of themselves to know the craft, the artistry, the skill set, right? And so what I'm hearing you come to me for, that I help hairstylists develop into and create, is how to encompass it all, meaning how to actually create the system, the structure, and the foundation to where you can create your classes, create your shows, create your events, create your means of monetization. How to monetize your talent, your gifts, your abilities, the things that you already are good at, your strengths. And that's what makes it easy, right? We're not here to be like, oh, let me focus on my weakness. Oh my God, I want to be a victim. No, we are here to say, your strengths matter. Let's make them, let's cultivate that. Let's make sure we focus on what we actually are great at and go from there, right? We can strengthen our weakness through that self-development process. We can strengthen our weakness through self-actualizing in what we are already good at. And that's how you keep it simple. That's how you keep it authentic. That's how you keep it real. And so I knew that I was great at teaching because I've been doing it all this time. You see, like on my the post I have pinned, and this was a story that I wanted to kind of paint for hairstylists and why we can do this, was the fact that we are doing it anyway. We have people sit in our chair like they're therapists. We giving life advice, we holding space, we giving direction. We've been so good at developing so many other people into their greatness, speaking life into them, that now it's at a point where hairstylists really need to shine and show up in their truth. You see what I'm saying? We feeling unfulfilled and burnt out in hair because we need to add another element. Yes, I love that. we need to add in another element, which is the part where we get paid for our advice. We get paid for our teachings. We get paid for our knowledge, because oftentimes we've only been boxed into saying, oh, you're just paying for this hair service. And in that hair service, we giving therapy, we taking on the energetic load of other people. This stuff we're already doing. I'm just helping us know how to structure it in a way where it feels lighter on ourselves, where it doesn't feel so heavy, where it's a way where we can do it and actually do all of it, but not compromise in burnout and stress and all this other stuff that can happen because we are not doing the proper planning, the proper structure, and the proper system. That's really what it's about. Keep it simple, authentic, and real. Yes, I like that. She said, call us therapists. Really. I mean, I had this guy, and I love how he was articulating, because he was a barber, and he was speaking about how when like the history of the barbershop was like, people would come into the community, like, from the community. They knew that the barbershop was a place where they can come to get real life, help, therapy. It's almost felt like the church, right? Like how people perceive the church should be. The barbershop was the place where people would come to get advice, to get, the news, to get, just things that help develop them as a man and so forth. And I'm like, even now I work in a salon. I've cultivated that salon to match the level of coaching that I do. And so that salon actually is very much energetics and spirituality. See what I'm saying? When you come into the salon, you know that you're coming in here, you're getting healing, you're getting information you need. It's a purpose, right? So my thing is, when we move into purpose, when we don't attach ourselves to people, places, and things, but we attach ourselves to the vision, to the purpose, and we commit to that, that's how we are able to expand and grow beyond ourselves. Because there used to be a time where I used to be very self-centered, right? Like, it was just all about me. So much so that I lacked self-awareness in certain areas. But once I was able to expand my self-awareness and to look outside myself, but also maintain myself, it changed everything. And she said, yep, girl, accounting advice, funeral services, but we love it. Yes, everything. And so the vision is to help support hairstylists in creating their structure, their teachings, their systems, the strategies. And it starts with self. It starts with self-leadership. It starts with you being able to get into action first. You got to get into position. Nobody can really benefit from your value that you're bringing if you're not even believing in yourself. Most people are able to borrow, I'm gonna call it, my self-belief or my belief in them, right? Like, I believe in you. I know you can do this, and it's possible for you, because I know how to take you through the journey. I know how to take you to where you need to go, right? And that's what I am able to do, like usher you through that process. You're already powerful. You are already a powerhouse. I'm here to help you actually fill in the information that you need to make it better, to make it greater. See what I'm saying? So that's the value of coaching. It's an investment into the future version of you, meaning you're going to get the information and it's going to actually be done over time. And this is what I love. Like when you get into a class or a training, most times people think I'm just up here talking. You probably like, oh, she's just talking, she just saying. But no, baby, you've already been activated. You've already been shifted into another timeline from this conversation, from this exchange. You're going to find yourself showing up differently, moving differently in the future. And that can be in the next few days, a few weeks, a few months. But all I know is it's going to translate in your future because you've already been activated from this conversation. And that's the power of it. You know what I'm saying? And there's still going to be more you're going to process after you get off this live with me. You're going to be processing even more stuff like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't think of that. Oh, what? And you're going to know it's because I'm already doing the work and ushering you through. See, most people are very surface level. They only see the physical. They only see the what they see presented, right? I'm not that. I'm not that. I'm not her. I really connect with my clients on a soul level, the depth. This is why you can feel me. This is why you understand it and you can sense it, because it is that. It's deeper than beauty, baby. And that's the beauty of it, right? My mentorship is called Deeper Than Beauty for a reason, because I want us to stop being so surface. I want us to activate and look at things from the truth. The truth is we are a soul and a physical body. So we are spiritual first. So your alignment today in this live, and even the fact that I wanted to go live, I say, you know what? Because I just did a podcast episode on my YouTube, which you can go check that out. It's called Energetic Selling. But that's beautiful. So you can learn more about, how the energy works, how you sell through your energy. So if you're not even putting your energy out here, how are people going to connect with you? How are people going to know who you are? How are people going to laugh at your jokes and see your performance, right? Like how are we going to sign up for your class if you ain't even got it set up? So my thing is, if you do nothing about that, you're going to be in the same position. But I really want people to take initiative and commit to themselves and say, I'm going to change. I'm going to make a change right now. I'm not going to wait. Because what is waiting doing? It's only delaying you. And this is how people delay their own destiny. They delay their own process. They delay their own vision. That's self-sabotage.